Glad to have you back. You're still watching News Night with me, Ndi Amogo. Nigeria can reap a whopping $50 billion in international taxes, while the country also has the potential to generate more than 50 trillion naira domestically in taxes. Well, to achieve this, a group, the Concerned Citizens of Nigeria on Revenue and Economy, is advocating the establishment of an independent Revenue Inspectorate Agency of Nigeria, IREAN, to regulate and monitor tax collection. This is coming on the heels of the tax reform bills passing second reading in the House of Representatives. The question now is how to improve the economic fortunes of the country by maximizing the instrumentality of tax collection. And to address this issue, we have joining us in the studio a tax analyst and founder / national coordinator of the Concerned Citizens of Nigeria on Revenue and Economy, Orji Philip Orji. Orji, glad to have you join us
Thank you for having me.
Program. Yeah, how will the creation of this agency ease the tax burden on Nigerians and help the country in tax regulation?
Thank you once again. First of all, I'm happy that it's a very good opportunity that Mr. President has given to Nigerians since 1960 for him to bring tax reform, which is supposed to have been Tax Reform and Restructuring Reform Act of Federal Land Revenue. But nevertheless, tax reform and fiscal policy is what they call it, which is okay. Now, the progress made so far in the National Assembly making me happy. They are moving to the point of getting us out of the woods economically through taxation. Now, everything in the world, particularly in this taxation something, people copy each other. Countries copy each other. Because if you really need to get tax working, you look at what is happening in other clans. Nigerian tax administration since 1939 is see what we have now, even though very soon now, after passing the bill proper in the Senate and now sent by the President, a lot of things will change.
So how would the agency,
so now,
ease the tax burden on Nigerians and help the country in tax regulation?
So what I'm trying to say is that from the purpose of what they just did in the National Assembly, that is good, as we are the people who advocate that you shouldn't add money or increase VAT. All these things don't bring money. What brings money is accountability and transparency in taxation. Nigeria is here to have that. And you cannot give the responsibility of collection and the accounting to the Federal Land Revenue alone. Just like I said, I wrote to them before even they formed the committee that my friend Tabo Edela, I told him, these are things I've been doing for years now. This is 7 years I'm pushing this bill. It passed first and second reading in the National Assembly, 9th Assembly, in both sides of the house. Now it has passed second reading again. There must be tax inspector to connect to the world, because in the United States we have Internal Revenue Service. The United States is the highest in the increment in the taxes before 1998. When after moving from one point to another, just sort of what they are doing for some time now, tax boss man, this and this, others are okay. But the later, when the people say, no, we're not getting it right, let's have a tax inspector that will report to the National Assembly, because the National Assembly have no capacity. If they can oversight Internal Revenue Service, they will never be able, they cannot be able to oversight any other, they cannot oversight any other agents, but not the tax collector. Because the job in tax collection is beyond the capacity of the National Assembly Congressional Committee on Finance, because there's a lot of things to do with it. Thank God today we are in an electronic world. If you don't have tax inspector that will connect with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, and the United Nations Development Program, LDP, tax inspectors without border, you cannot do it. That is why you see that extractive industries, nobody is even controlling them. Royalty paid, nobody remitted it. You will see a lot of lapses. And the Federal Land Revenue will be telling you about going to collect money from the customs.
How do we get, you talked about, okay, before I even get to that, I mean, there's talk that Nigeria can reap a whopping $50 billion in international taxes.
Yeah.
And then has the potential to generate more than 50 trillion in domestic taxes.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yes. Like now, if you connect with the OECD UN tax inspector without border, which they will not accept.
Who will not accept?
The people, because they won't give it to you now that we have only federal revenue. You must have tax inspector, independent tax inspector.
By tax inspector, do you mean National Inspector General for Tax Crime Commission?
That is the first name he used to pass into law. They were doing it, but now, because of there's consultation going on, we have to change the name to Independent Revenue Inspectorate Agency of Nigeria. At least let it look more of us.
That's the Iran.
Iran now. What I'm saying is this. Do you know that Her Majesty Revenue and Custom is the collector of tax in the United Kingdom? Then ATO is the collector of tax in Australia. I'm just mentioning places. Now,
I am interested
I'm coming. I'm telling you where the money will come from. No, we will make
a
it.
Whopping $50 billion in international taxes and 50 trillion in domestic taxes.
I'll drop there.
That will interest every Nigerian out there. Will interest the government.
Yeah.
Because it will probably improve the fortunes of our economy, which is not looking so good now.
The reason is this. Do you know we have Nigerians who are almost rich as Dangote overseas? Companies, people, I'm internationally trained. I'm an importer. So people who they pay their tax, but they can't collect it.
Why?
Because we have no tax inspector. You don't go to people's premises to collect tax now. Do you know that some of these taxes we are collecting today electronically done? You don't need to be in Nigeria to do business in Nigeria. So you must join the OECDs. Okay, let me tell you something.
That's Organization of
for Economic Cooperation and Development. Do you know that Honorable Minister
and the TI, is it Tax Inspectors Without Borders?
TICTA, Treasury Inspector General for Tax Administration of the United States. Let me tell you, the reason why it will give you money is that it's going to come with foreign currencies. It may look little, $50 billion, but when you change it, it becomes money. So how will you judge this type of? We don't touch it though. I'm saying that Untapped, that's the name, Untapped. Nobody's going there. Do you know that when they pay this tax, there's a chunk there that's supposed to go to the country of origin of the person. The place you are operating, I mean, when the operation is going on, I mean, the country you are in, they take their own. They give you your own. And it's automatically done. Automatic information share. That is why they call it tax inspectors without border. Without them, you can't get it. And let me tell you, illicit financial flow, base erosion, profit shifting, terrorist financing, they're all keen into this place. Because they wear one cloth, they wear one shoe, they wear one cap, they enter one vehicle.
So the question will be...
So they will make such money. And this money, you need not, there's no heat. OECD will just grant you because if you don't have it, they won't allow you. Because the 10 global principle of OECD stated that.
So what does Nigeria need to do to get into OECD?
To get tax inspector.
TIW.
Yes, to take tax inspector. If you don't get it, they won't give tax. Because they said, look at what they said in Ethiopia, 22 December 2022, there was a conference. Nigeria did not go because we don't have tax inspector. But they said anybody that wants to be part of OECD tax information sharing must have an established independent agency to guarantee the accuracy of the tax collecting agency like Federal Revenue. One, protect the taxpayers' right. Two, make sure that the integrity of the tax collector is protected. They call them thieves. Let me tell you, somewhere once you beat, like in Igbo, they will say, so the tax inspectors in Nigeria believe that they are lying to them, and it's not far from the truth. So let us know why we are paying much and we're not seeing the money. Let me tell you, the property tax alone in Nigeria, even as low as any amount, even 5%, will give us over 20 billion naira, trillion naira in a year. Have you ever imagined Kano? Have you ever imagined all our state capitals?
In effect,
there's no account to what we are collecting.
In effect, what you're saying is that we need to get tax inspectors.
Yes.
We don't have them now.
You don't have it now.
How do we get them?
Let me tell you what they were doing, although they stopped on the way. My friend Taiwo Edele, before he was appointed, we know each other for 4 years, we were arguing. It was a heat-up argument all the time when we come up with it because I'm an expert, people coming from UK places. But he agreed that we should have tax ombudsman. A conflict resolutor is not tax inspector. He was only there to maybe don't treat that bad. What is your complaint? That is not correct. What is correct is tax inspector that have investigation. The departments are 6. Investigation, audit, inspection and evaluation, Office of Mission Support, Office of the Chief Counsel, and Office of the Bossman. That was simply went and remove Ombudsman and create it under federal revenue. You understand?
Instead of having the 6.
So
when you have these tax inspectors, will that automatically give us access to OECD and TIWB, the tax inspectors without borders?
That is the only thing we can give that will allow you to go there.
And then that will allow us now to collect
to start making this money.
Even from
international affairs.
Here or
the one international is the one that is giving me headache because it's more than whatever we are generating in our life here. It's very bad, man.
So if we don't have tax inspectors, we cannot
be part of it. Because let me tell you, the Honorable Minister the other day said, because what I know is that I used to write the letter. I am not hiding. I write letter to the extractive industry, Orji. I write a letter to the Auditor General of the Federation. I write letter to the extractive industry, the Honorable Minister of
so what has come out of the
I'm coming. What I'm saying is that if you don't have tax inspector, you cannot even oversight the operation of transfer pricing, base erosion. All this is happening in the extractive industry. You can't get the money because the information is not there.
Then we hope. So our hope now is to find a way to get the tax inspectors. Thank you so much.
It's already in second reading. Just a matter of...
To get it.
The second reading, we are waiting for the third reading. But they are dragging it, which is bad for me. And bad for Nigerians.
Well, they have to
let Nigeria be part of it.
They have to follow the process. Orji,
look at the book I wrote for it. So you should know that.
You can't do that because you're not paying us for that.
Sorry, sir.
Please don't do that.
Sorry, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. Tax analyst and founder, national coordinator of the Concerned Citizens of Nigerian Revenue and Economy, Orji, Philip Orji.